Okay, so, hi guys. Today I'm going to be trying to run away from some, Bowser robot things for as long as possible, and, you're going to be surprised by the sound choice I picked for them. Here's a hint, it's not Bowser. Anyway, what do you think's the best flavor Skittle? I'd say, yep, that song. Whoa! Ah! That was faster than I expected. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I feel like the best flavor of Skittle is obviously strawberry, and the best flavor of almost every candy is usually strawberry, mango, blueberry, or blue raspberry. Present your arguments in the comments for why that is untrue. Or, if you do agree, I'd like to know what your favorite candy in one of those flavors is. Or really, any of your favorite. I'm just interested in knowing people's favorite candies, because I haven't heard of that many candies, if I'm being honest. Like, there's not a lot of candies I can really just just come up with off the top of my head. I don't know why my brain was just insistent on me saying think up of instead of something that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to list some candies. Skittles, Hershey's Kisses, Hershey's Bars, Kit Kats, and then there's, I've never had one, but Toblerone Bars. Then there's also Reese's Pieces, and also Reese's Cups, which are better than Reese's Pieces by a long shot. Then there's M&M's, of course, you can't forget that. I was gonna try to do an imitation of Eminem, you know, the rapper, but I couldn't do it. This gets annoying very fast. I'm gonna change their speed to make them a bit less fast. Back to normal. Now, yeah. Now I'm wondering, so you know that song that I added for Bowser's Sound? It's Funeral Bell by Black Label Society. And I'm just wondering, do you think that there's do any of you guys who are watching think that there are better southern metal bands? Because I've heard some southern metal, and it's usually not great, but I'd say that Black Label Society is probably the most decent southern metal band. They have some songs that I really don't like, don't get me wrong, but they're also not terrible. The guitars are usually pretty decent, the vocals are, hot take, they're better than Pantera's. I'm sorry, it's just it gets a bit boring after a while, and oh gosh, he also just, he's not good vocals. But then again, I wouldn't know much about vocals. If you listen to my music, you'd know I don't know much about vocals. Yeah. Speaking of vocals, a band with exceptional vocals is Nevermore. Have you ever heard of Nevermore? They made a lot of good, well, not a lot, but they did make some pretty good albums. One that immediately comes to mind is, of course, their second album, and in my opinion, one of their best efforts, is The Politics of Ecstasy, named after a book by some guy that I don't know anything about, but, yeah. And, yeah. I think the singer was named Warrell Dane. He had pretty good vocals. Well, I can't lie about it. He died in 2017, so that's a sudden change in tone. Rest in peace, I guess. I don't know. He was a great vocalist, in my opinion. But then again, what would I know? I don't know. Wow, this is a very different tone from the last one. I should probably. So anyway. So, keeping on the topic of metal music and also vocals, a band with interesting vocals that I think you should check out is Coroner. Because Coroner, they've got this kind of like, their vocalist has this weird thing where he's like does a mix between, like, only what I can call a mix between like Tom Araya's like and like just standard issue, but like obviously a lot better because I'm not that good at metal vocals. But basically just picture that and then like 10 times better, not 10 times better, a lot better than 10 times better. But yeah, and then also like just imagine some kind of like progressive thrash guitars, and that's the band. And funnily enough, big coincidence, but the bassist for Coroner is the vocalist, and like that's the same thing with Slayer, because like Tom Araya played bass in Slayer and also did vocals, and then like the vocalist of Coroner did vocals and bass. Wow, I'm being very redundant today. Yeah. Anyway, this is surprisingly a lot easier than I thought it would be. You probably aren't even gonna see these things mostly. Where are they? Did they just disappear? I think they just appeared. Oh, nope, they did not disappear. Yeah. This is... For some reason, this is not inspiring as many thoughts as, like, it was the other time. The way the pitch changed sounds funny, in my opinion. Yeah. This is probably the easiest map to, like, just run around on in this game. If you have, like... If there's only one of those things chasing you, and it's just going at its normal speed, then you're gonna have a very easy time getting away from it. Then again, I wouldn't really know much about this particular moment, because what if I just... Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh! And now they can probably outspeed me if I don't actually use my brain. Which probably means I'm gonna talk even less, so terrible idea. But still, let's see. And you get to hear random snippets of a song more often. But I'm probably not gonna get copyright claimed because, like, you don't even really get to hear it very well, and it's very pitch shifted. And also, I think this counts as transformative, so it's fine under fair use. Yeah. You know, I've honestly always kind of just, you know, I've always kind of liked these kind of like action games, and I don't know why. I think they're just like entertaining to my brain. Maybe they just speak to me in some sort of way, like I want to run around being chased by robots or something. I don't know. I don't think. But maybe that's a thing, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I should just link the song in the description, but then that might make YouTube think I actually just posted the song, so I don't think I want to do that. So, I mentioned it earlier in the video, I mentioned what song it was, so if you weren't listening, then you probably won't know what the song is, but still. The pitch shift. Just the detuning. I mentioned it in the last video, but that's one of my least favorite things, or most favorite, I guess. Whatever people say. It's one of the best / worst features in the game. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's nightmare fuel and annoying. But you know what's really nightmare fuel and annoying? The coin chase mode in this game. You have, like, when you have to chase the coins, it just feels like they're so much faster, and they're like, sometimes it's very annoying to just hear that one specific sound. Like, there was one time where I got that stupid, like, you know, the the Chad meme with like the where it had the Photoshop guy with like annoying music, and I had to collect like a bunch of coins, and they were hard to catch because it was just like constantly just like going towards my specific like area, which to be fair that's what these AIs are supposed to do, but still having to run away from these like constantly is already a lot sometimes, but then having to collect coins too is just like it makes it extra stressful. Like I think there might be some sort of connection between like a task having a reward and increased stress during that task. I'm not a scientist, but look into that, guys, or maybe I'll look into it. I don't know. If I feel like looking into it, I probably will. And then I'll probably be like, whoa, what an interesting conclusion. No matter what conclusion it is, because, I don't know, sometimes I like reading. But, like, what's weird is that I don't really read books much. Sometimes I read, like, Wikipedia articles, among other things. Sometimes I just, like, read random things. But, like, yeah. Sometimes I wonder if I have a weird sense of humor, like, compared to most people. Oh wait, I already went overboard for the requirements. Anyway, I'm gonna see how long I can survive here. And there we go!